Hello, my dear. This is Gabriel N. Dicon, founder and chairman of the Charity Medical Foundation and International Trade Incorporated. To everyone, to my fellow listener of my weekly address, good morning, bonjour, guten morgen, shalom, salam, and to all my African brother, you are all welcome to listen to this. Now, I'm gonna start today. This is gonna be my 12th weekly address, and I am more focused on launching program for my business. As a self-employed, I am manage myself with this very hard economy that I'm going through right now. So, but I believe that I will overcome this situation. All right. So let's say this. I do believe that we should be focusing on progress and future to move forward, a more stronger future and a future with more better outcome. But that future can only be determined by us. Okay. We cannot really change the past. The only thing we can do is to improve the future, to make sure that it's better for everyone. Egocentricity is also part of that division, because many people are coming through with a lot of division, and you have many things going on and up and down, and a lot of assumptions for stuff that are not true. You are all speculations, and any other stuff. I, Gabriel N. Dicon, has been a victim of a very immense fairy tale and smoke and mirror stories that people are trying to prove it true. But like I say again, we're gonna be moving forward. I don't waste too much time talking about the past, but sometimes I have to remind other sessions in order for me to link my message with the situation that I'm dealing and the teaching that I'm trying to say here, using Glometricology concept again. Glometricology, the science that study metaphysics and the absolute energy, which is equal to the infinite power and the maximum knowledge, the infinite intelligence, the force of the cosmos, which is called the Holy Spirit in the Bible. Now, after clearing my throat, I'm going forward. There's no fear. The only thing we should know, I saw that guy over there saying, people talking about, oh, well, uh, this guy looked very anxious. Seems like his glimpse has been put on hold. The momentum has been seized. Well, let me say this. Okay, with all the respect I have for all the assumptions, nobody can determine the future of anyone. Okay, you can read it, you can do whatever you gotta do, you can reach the force of the nature, but without my authorization or my inner consent, you will not have the authorization to have access to the 100% visibility of my future. They will not give you that permission, as well as everyone else. Okay, so that inner guide that we have, which is completely linked to the infinite intelligence of the cosmos. That infinite intelligence, I defined that last time as what we call in the Bible the Holy Spirit. It's what we call in the Bible the Holy Spirit. I want to make sure that people comprehend here. When you face difficulty in life, You are the only person to find a resolve of that situation. And nobody else will come to do that in your place. It's very simple. Okay, you have to find a resolve, but you must understand the nature of the problems and the nature of yourself. Understand your subconscious, your inner self, your inner guide to overcome those obstacles. You don't do that, you will end up having a lot of issues. So now, when you're going forward with the law of, or the principle of understanding creation itself, creation itself is not an easy thing. It's not 1 + 1 = 2. It is a very heavy material. That's why most people call it supernatural, because it's above human understanding in a certain concept. I have and the reason why I'm saying that is because I have put in place an agency that will be running 9 different programs, from education, environmental health, community health, population health, to spirituality study, through the use, of the Holy Spirit study, which I believe will be built in every single area of my of all my programs. There will be churches and synagogues and whatever other religion that study the true God. True God with the name Yahweh, which means I am, can be defined in any religion for those who believe in God. Now I want to talk about myself a little bit. Okay, I have heard, not heard, but through my inner research and inner study, I have defined that there are many people who believe that I'm an evil person. Let me say this with all due respect for those who believe in the Bible, who read that Bible. I want to be very honest. I read the Bible a long time ago. I don't open that too much anymore, only when it's very important. But my revelation is completely divine. My knowledge is completely divine. And that knowledge, which is linked to the infinite knowledge, is bigger, is more powerful than the Bible that we have, because that knowledge comes straight from the divine being, the great Yahweh. All right, I don't make up stuff. What I say is true and completely right. You're gonna ask to psychics, to astrologists, to people who know how to read the sixth sense or subconscious. They'll tell you what this guy is talking about is completely true, but we don't actually know how he's getting his information. That's what they're going to tell you. All right, so my knowledge is completely divine. You don't believe on it, you're free to do so. All right, it's all right. That's what makes this life very exciting, the differences between people. All right, as long as we move forward, that's the best thing. All right, so now let me say this. I'm alive today, as you can see me, because the glory of the great Yahweh and his beloved trusted son that he have put in his throne, Jesus Christ, are the one who are doing my fight. This is not when evil get access to your life. Evil don't show himself He used people to act in his place. That's the different concept that people don't understand. He used people to act in his place. Those who are saying that I'm an evil man, I want to say something to you. Let's go back to theology now. When Lucifer, the angel Satan, came to Jesus when he was in the desert for 40 days, what does he say to Jesus? You submit your soul to me, and I'll give you everything you want in this earth. And those who turn against you, if you don't give your soul to me, will be the one kissing your feet and serving you. This was not a joke. It's well written in the Bible like a form of comedies. But I don't see the Bible like a piece of stories. I see the Bible as a proof of a manifestation of suffering and the realistic way of understanding life through difficulties and building love out of it. You give me your soul, and I'll give you everything you want on earth. He refused. What happened? The same people who supposed to serve him crucify him. Dear brothers and sisters, we are living in a world that is controlled by Lucifer visually. Do not confuse yourself. Lucifer controls our world, the world that we live in, thing that we see. But the invisible that we don't see is above all and is controlled by the great Yahweh. Again, I go back to the encounter that happened between Lucifer. In the name of Yahweh, I repel negative energy, and I say Lucifer came and talked to Jesus in the desert. He said to him, you give me your soul, and I'll give you everything you want in this earth. And those who are going to crucify you and make your life difficult will be the ones serving you and kissing your feet. That's what the Bible right now. What do that mean? Everything that we see, material, Lucifer have his signature on it. He have his signature on it. Every single thing. Matter of fact, when Lucifer was created, he have the name of Satan with 5 letters. He have access to humankind. That was one of the blessings that he had, and that's what he used to enter the kingdom of heaven, where Adam and Eve were, because he have permission to enter that place. Right? So you have to be very careful when you're judging people for stuff that you don't comprehend or know. Alright? I serve only Yahweh, the main architect of this universe, the person who upholds the higher and maximum infinite power and intelligence never seen. All human in all animalistic form from the beginning of time have not known nothing than what it is. Let me tell you, after the creation, You put a single human being. This is not an insult to us, human. We don't have that ability unless we have initiation. The ability lies within us, but to trigger that ability, you must have initiation. When Adam was repelled from the kingdom of heaven, he have help based on his faith. He have help of the archangel Michael for creative thinking, because there was no base in the intellectual scope at that time. There was no base, there was no reference. So he need to have some reference so he can start somewhere. But in the same time, Lucifer was also giving some idea. That's where the world started the way it is into today. You have the good and bad. Lucifer is doing his stuff, and God is looking at him and just smile. Right? So I do not serve Lucifer. I don't know him. He can't even come close to me. And this is the truth. I'm alive today because of God. Alright? Spiritual healing is the healing of all kind. It heals your inner soul and revive your physical body. It does revive it. Alright? So it's very important for people to understand this concept. I do not bluff here. I don't talk stuff that I do not understand or know. My life is in a different dimension now. But I am only using maybe a fraction of it. Not even all. A fraction. I am going to my difficulties like everybody else and like everyone else. But my difficulty have reached a level, the scope of my difficulty has been very harsh. Greater than the Mount Sinai was a test from God to show and discover my inner self and my inner ability and inner guide, to connect it with the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, to understand creation and understand Him. Prayer, all this stuff that we do, these are good, but you don't have action applied to it. You don't understand exactly who's God. I am a practical person. I don't dream. I believe that I can raise $50 billion by the time I leave this earth. I believe that I can raise $50 billion by the time I leave this earth, this planet earth. This is not a dream. This is the truth. But I also know that Lucifer is using people to block me achieve that goal. It was shown to me by God Himself through His angel. That's what it is. I don't treat with demons, I treat with angels. The people who overview your life and the people that you're going to see after you leave this planet. Either you go to hell or heaven, you're going to see them. So don't criticize me if you don't understand this concept of life. This earth is not the way you see it. There's more into it. This entire life is not seen the way we interpret it. There's more to it. There's few, we call them the machine, that control this world, in which all our leaders that we're praising, with all the respect I have for them, they don't have no choice. It's the way it is. And it go back when I say, when Adam left the heaven, that's what happened. He have to deal with both, depending on the level of his faith. We can see the manifestation in his two sons, Cain and Abel. What happened? That was the manifestation of what? Lucifer himself. So I am a simple person. I'm not a priest. I'm not trying to be a priest. I am a simple person, an intellectual who is running a small business, a business to sell my knowledge and my intellectual value. That's what I do. There's nothing else. All right? I am very realistic. I am not a glimmer. But I understand that in order for me to reach the mountain top, I have to comprehend the obstacle that I have and understand my limits, and also understand my higher ability to reach that top. Then say, I can well visualize that it's just a matter of comprehension. I don't serve other God. I serve the great Yahweh since the time I was born. Matter of fact, I have the greater protection I've never imagined. But I knew I always have that. With the greater angel you can ever imagine. That is the gift that somebody can have. But I have to earn it through my suffering. My dreams are not put on hold. The infinite intelligence. What is the infinite intelligence? The infinite intelligence is the intelligence who understands the beginning and the end. An intelligence will be there from minus infinity to plus infinity. Therefore, from infinity to infinity. An intelligence will know everything. You have portion of that intelligence. We all have portion of that intelligence within ourselves. Linking that intelligence, that reviving that inner guide, link it to that infinite intelligence will make you comprehend the inner voice that comes from the servant of God, and distinguish it with the voice of the servant of Satan. I say last time that either you are in a very heavy place, either you're a president or wherever you live in, you have all of those people, God or whatever, they're there. The servant of Lucifer, the servant of God, they're all there. They're looking each other. They're there for the mission. The other one is to destroy. The other one is to make sure that you can save your soul, to return in peace. You know, they are everywhere. I don't expect that you become wherever you are with all the respect. That you're untouchable. No, you're not. Whatever happened, God decide the destiny of every single person. Matter of fact, before Lucifer ever make a decision, he have to use the code that go through God. But because it's a fight of fairness, he will have that code. But he will have that code because we, the human, give him permission to do so. If he does that, God don't have nothing else to say. If that's your will, so go ahead. But I already know the end. That's what it is. So at the end, God decide we're going to be president. God decide we're going to be his servant. God decide we're going to be a secretary. He decide everything. We're going to be a singer. We're going to be a millionaire. Those people must exist. But I do believe that every single person have a potential and use it in his best of his ability and make it good. You do it with all the happiness, you will not envy any other person. That's why I decided to use all the ability that I have. Every single one of them. Till the time I die. I'll use all of it. But there are those that are very more stronger than others. This is what it is. Alright? The world that we see have more into it than what we can imagine. I am a single son who was born with a simple purpose of opportunity giving. Give me opportunity, you see what I got. But they don't want the machine turned against me. But when those leaders are protecting themselves, when the machine come after them because they wanted to stick in power, no problem. I understand that. I don't have no problem at all. Trust me. Because I understand. When you are in difficulties, you have to understand the concept and the atmosphere in which you are interacting. You don't comprehend it, it means that you don't know exactly what's going on. But I do comprehend what's going on around here, around my environment, around the world. I am very open to every single person to come and challenge me. We as a human being are connected to the infinite energy of the cosmos. We are part of it. We're making it live and function. It's like a machinery. It's a spiritual machinery. It guides us, it sees us. That's how they can detect everything. It's like everything is in a computer. They place it. It's like a form of program that was made. But program in the very highest end, where they can see everything that goes on 1 million years from now, because the spirit is already data input. It is known, so it can be seen in that dimension. They know what you're going to do in your entire life, pretty much, but you're the one who have to transform it. So when people say that my dream has been put on hold, no, my dream has not put on hold. The only way you will not excel is if you give up. The only way you will not succeed is if you give up. You don't give up. The result will stand still. This is the truth of every single application. As long as you stay tenacious with courage and endurance, you will get it done. And that's what it is. You get it done. It will be a matter of time. I believe in a higher power than myself. So you should do the same. When we realize that with all that glory that we have, all the money that we have, we can solve all our problems. And at the end, we lay out and start talking about God. Do you see? So at the end, He is the beginning and the end, the great Yahweh. What does that mean? It means I am. I am. You will come, you will go. I will still be there. But you might also serve me here in heaven when you arrive, because you work there too. There's job there to control the energy of the cosmos and people on earth. So detachment to glory and power, to the material of this earth, is just vanity and this, destruction of our soul. That's what it is. As well as Lucifer want to pull every single person in his side, so he doesn't stay by himself alone in that darkness. You have talking a lot of them, a lot of people out there, there already. So this is the thing. I, Gabriel and Icon, is an enemy number one of Lucifer itself. He knows that. That's the reason why he's giving me a hard time on earth. Because this is domain. It is his domain. There's nobody else. He touches all visible things. But the invisible is what we don't know. That's where we have had a detachment with the invisible, who made everything that we see today. That's the reason why God sent all those angels. But they don't gonna come like, all right, hello sir, or hello ma'am, hello gentle, or hello lady. I was sent by God to come and see you and see if I can serve you. I am angel. They give the name. They're not gonna do that. But that's what many people expect. No, it's not easy. The way of God is difficult. You have to ask Adam what he have done. But that's what it is. You're suffering from it. You will not see that happen. You're going to have to suffer and understand suffering and understand your inner potential and find a resolve. And may God will help you. Simple as that. There's no damnation. There's projection. You define that. The transform and the transpose of every situation will lead to an infernal situation in which you will find glory. I am more willing to discuss with everyone who is charging my ability. We see we have been born in a doctrines that made us believe in certain stuff. Some of them are true, some of them are partially true, some of them are not even true. But when you start tapping your subconscious, which is your inner self, you start understanding many things. That is more in this concept of creation that we the human thought we knew, but we don't. So everything that somebody does, but because we have left the way of God and start looking material stuff, we lost that connectivity with his servants, the angel. And that's the reason why people that we call the mediums, the psychics, that's their job. That's the reason why they have to be uploaded. Because their job, what they do, is to make you understand and be aware of the gift that God gave you. So people live on earth and realize after they pass away, I didn't know that. But I tell you, I was there all the time. I was watching you doing your crazy stuff. You cannot blame God at the end because you have that ability. That's why those mediums are there. That's why those psychics are there. They are there to guide you to understand the real reason God created angels to save us. But you have to find that subconscious, you have to find that inner self and inner ability. All those stars that you see on TV, they understood it. They have mediums. They use psyche. Presidents, all those folks that you applaud, you admire, they all use it. But they use it good because that's a gift that was given. They're smart. And if you stay there every time that somebody does something, it's bad. No, it's not. You just forgot to understand the concept of creation. That's why the medium and psyche have a place. That's their job. And God is proud of them, those who are using it right. Because they are helping people to be aware and wake themselves. To distinguish the inner voice and the inner guide. Because this is how it functions. God is the God, is a powerful God. He was generated from the energy of the cosmos, which is a different dimension from the dimension of the spirit, of our spirit. You need to have more training to see that other dimension that I don't believe any person have seen, because that's what control everything. That's the power of God itself. So you can see it. You cannot. Alright? So they are generated from there. And that group that generated from there were giving that power. And they elected someone to guide that entire power, which is God. The person we call God. The entity we call God. The great Yahweh. So he started doing his creation with his knowledge that he had of the planet in his own pleasure. Fine, perfect. That's where we come from. Spirit, angel, on creativity. Everything that you see is part of his imagination. Just portion of it. Yeah. This is a divine inspiration. This is not something that you're gonna You have to speak to very high priest, maybe the Pope, my maybe uh, tell you about this, but sometimes above many things. A divine inspiration is the infinite intelligence. Nobody can beat it. So that's what it is. So when you earn, you understand and earn that ability to suffer and still have compassion for others and forgive other people and love and build up love within you, you are ready to go. With all the respect I have, you see all those stars over there, those people who knew, who understood the concept of creation, they start using those advantages that God gave us. They all have psyche, they all have mediums to understand the inner ability and comprehend the supernatural. Because that's what guide us. I defined earlier today, and I told you, it does define what's going to happen 100 years from now. So they know. So when you're there, Satan have the ability of creating many other angels beside those that go to that went to hell with him. He sent more. So we always have that um, that negativity that surrounded us from the right way and always talk to us a lot. Those are the voice of Lucifer right there, his servants. But because it's already linked and bounded to our inner spirit, come a stage of as a default within ourselves, we can see the distinction. But if you start understanding that those things, you're gonna distinguish and build up your strength and the skill that God gave us. It's very simple. We have leaders. To become a leader is not an easy thing. But we born in the deprived family and wrong time. There are people who were born at the right time, but there's no such a thing as right time. It was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. But we define certain stuff with our own adjudication and say that it can be. Me, Gabriel and Daikon, I don't have to go by force to do anything. I know myself. I have confidence on me. But I give everything to great Yahweh. But I also have my own desire that I believe He will bless. That desire or those desires are part of my inner self that will blessed by Him. From the time I enter this planet. So this is the thing. There's no such a thing like part of something. I have never been part of something. Not ever been part of something. I am a victim of my own creation. For those who have seen it, they seen the invisible. The invisible is very powerful that they know what it is. Trust me, there are people out there that know stuff. They look at you, they know exactly who you are. And they will try to destroy you. They will try to destroy you. Trust me. Jesus Christ came on earth. Let me analyze a little bit the story of Jesus Christ in a very philosophical and progressive way. He came on earth to ideologize earth, to change the world, bring a new concept of understanding of creation and awareness and weakness. But he didn't succeed in that right away. What happened to him? He got crushed down. That's true. He got wiped out. That was an example. Oh, and God made it happen for a reason. You will not get into my kingdom only by talking. You have to prove it to me. How to prove God? You have to suffer and understand life and find solution from that suffering. Learn my path. Learn my doctrines. And then now you my return. It's not just a simple thing reading the Bible and thinking that everything is good. It's a good book, but I have an impression that many people don't comprehend it. Understanding is different than comprehending. Open your dictionary and you'll find a difference, with all the respect. Many people don't comprehend the Bible, and I just can't understand. I don't understand the reason why. Jesus came here yes, he died for our sin. Well, it's a very good story, but let me tell you something. The blood of Jesus, let me give you the truth. The blood of Jesus was given for God to extend our life, to extend our life here in forgiveness. And it's still over there in a shout, in an altar, sinking. When the time comes, he will return. So yes, we can say it can be true. Blood was given for God to extend his forgiveness to us with his kind heart. With his kind heart. But Jesus came here to show us the way through the real manifestation and the difficulty of this life. That you will be confronted to difficulties. It will not be black and white. You stand for a principle and people will knock you down. What happened? Even in his own place where he's supposed to be lift up, they are the same people who sold him. And it happened. Those are things that exist in our life, and it will exist to the time, to the end of this period that we're living in. Comprehending the Bible out there. The only thing God have done to him than any other person that can differentiate the life of the suffering and the life of Jesus Christ to us is his return. That he died and raised and return. That's something that if you really go to the desert and do 40 days, maybe you can reach the level of spirituality that Jesus Christ have you know have reached, and maybe you can do what he have done. Maybe you can do what you have done, but you have to be able to do 40 days in the desert with that. I'm not talking about faking. Go over there and be food and say I was a desert for 40 days. No. I mean, you go there with nothing. And then you try to survive for 40 days. If you succeed, trust me, you'll be in heaven. You do. I mean, you pretty much gonna reach the level of Jesus if you can do that. Those were manifestation. People gonna say no, that's not true. It's true. Moses, 40 days in the desert. Abraham, the same thing. 40 days. All of them. They went to a very tough time of suffering. And people are gonna come and tell me, oh, something now. It's not the right time yet. Everything that I try to do is not the right time yet. But if I stand still, it will be. People have difficulties and success in different time in life. We don't have success at the same time. We don't have difficulty at the same time. As well as we are not born at the same time. You know, the manifestation of the energy that surround our birth are totally different. Because in every single second, that energy change. It does change. The energy change between the planets. And that difference differentiates our life and the way we live, the difference that we have depend on that. I created this company to start a work that I believe will be good and will change the scope of how the world people will view the world. This is not something that I'm not trying to change the world completely to Christianity. That's not my job. It will be Jesus' job to do that, because I can't. It will be very tough. You say sometimes that nothing is impossible. That one is impossible in human ability. It's only Jesus who can do that. Trust me. Don't try to be kind of be smart here. You can't do it. You can only start, but it's the only one who will finish that work. You can conclude the spirit of people. It'll be tough. Alright? But I believe that I can do my best to get it done in my level. But completely, no. It's only Yahweh and this can do such a thing. And then other angel with their authorization to do that. So it is very. I am very very open to everybody to come and challenge me. I'm talking about, innovation of technology. The technology that we're going to be using the energy of the cosmos and the nature to move. That technology is not here yet. The time that we live in today look like the time that our ancestors will live a long time ago, to try to find out if there was other people living in the other planet, in the other other than their the area where they used to live. That technology got built up, and then now they can they start moving from one place to another place. It would be the same thing as moving from one planet to another planet and concept. That's what it is. It's very simple. I have folks who believe that they can defy God. They believe that they can poison you and think that they can defy God. What human egocentric thinking? You were created by God, and you think that you defy God? God is the first doctor. He's the first mathematician. He's the first physicist. He's the first scientist. He's the first engineer. He's the first neurologist. He's the first astrologist. He's the first of everything. So when you have people who think that they can come and destroy something that they have not built, it's very funny, and it becomes very, very funny. I have defied the human being. I have proven that I don't need no medical assessment and assistance to survive. I understand my inner self, my inner ability, and I remove all those toxins out of my body in a matter of seconds. I am the one to transform it and believe. You believe and you received. It's my choice. It is a transformation. It's a manifestation. People should see that on me. This is God's work. And God wants you to visualize it and understand it. This is one of the main purpose. I'm defying Satan and say to Satan, you might not know what I do know. I knew the people that are created can defy you. They have ability that you can't even comprehend. And that's what it is. We are living in a world of assumption, and people are assuming stuff that are not true, and people are judging other people for no reason, and they are simulating idea for haterism, and they are injecting ideology that reflect their own ambition. They reflect their own ambition. The only person who make me survive in this earth is the great Yahweh. The people after me are the machine. The machine is very powerful in terms of what we can visualize. You want to have this position in this earth, you have to go to the machine. If they look you, they come after you, you might end up dead. That's what it is. Nobody can beat that machine here. Only God can't. But you have to believe. And the machine is after me. So no president can support me. Nobody can support me other than flow with the ideology of the machine. I'm not a power sinker. I have found my ability, and I understand the scope surrounding my ability. I do understand that. And I clearly understand it. Trust me. They are the thing that as long as you put your faith, apply, and still believe that you can get things done, you'll be done. Even if it takes years. God do not lie to folks or to people. God do not lie to people. I know what I eat. I know the difficulty that I'm facing. Trust me, I understand it. That's the reason why I'm still alive. But that can only be possible if you have divine intervention. Because actually, Lucifer was against me. You guys thinking that I'm the one serving Lucifer. You might be the one doing that. Because you are against the will of God. I'm not here against any race or any religion. I am a neutral person. Try to put in place an ideology that can make the word and the vision of God to move forward. And people will stand still and say, no, that's not possible. It will not happen here. It will not happen here. You know, see, God over there, he always like to surprise people. He always come where you are not aware of nothing. It always happen. That's his work. To prove you that there's somebody above. I mean, you didn't get it. Let me show you a little bit. Every time that we always thinking about something else happened. But it's time for us to understand that there's somebody above us and start using the principle of forgiveness and fearing the creator of this universe. But we don't do that. We're destroying people's efforts. We don't want people to live their life accordingly with their birth gift. We are telling people where they belong. We do not want people to have better life and enjoy their life. It is a very, very, very crucial matter that must be addressed. And then I believe that we will all follow that and make sure that it is well convened to talk about it. If you look, for example, my organization that I run, that I created, that organization with the blessing of God, with the blessing of Yahweh, I created it because I'm the one who have done the work. Now, I'm talking about bringing new ideology, helping nation to development and economic growth. But for some reason, I have been sacked and politely, my ideology has been refuted. So let me say an example. Like back in my home, Cameroon, where I was born, I have tried to work with today they think I'm a bad guy. You know, I want bad for the regime. I don't like them. I don't know who's telling them those stories. Uh, I don't know actually telling them those stories, but this is very funny. I never claim anything bad of those folks. The Holy Spirit have shown me what they have done to me to destroy my life. And I say, I want forgiveness, but I want protection. Because I don't know what else they're going to do to me. And God said, be aware of this lonely kid. He's under my protection now. You touch him, you're going to have to answer to me. That's my work. I work for it. I suffer from it for 11 years and maybe more. And I'm still. So I forgive them. I forgive them. Only God will judge them, not me. So rather than fearing me, they're supposed to fear God. I don't have nothing against them. They wanted to stay over there. It's the will of God. The time where God gonna decide that is enough, somebody else have to take over, it will be seen. It's not my call. You know, people are creating their own simulation in their brain, you know, and they're calling other people crazy when actually they can put all the pictures together, understanding the concept of creation, that maybe we are the people creating those problems that don't exist. We have seen people like Mobutu who have been in power for more than 40 years die like, you know, like less than somebody will not even, you know. Those are examples. So what are we panicking for? Honestly. You know, so nobody wish anyone bad here. Nobody. But politicians are politicians. Politicians are politicians. They're going to create stories. They're going to say this. They're going to say that because they wanted to sack somebody. They wanted to defame somebody's characters, to protect their own, so they can have a good transition of power. But I have that guy coming. The Holy Spirit already told me about him. Yes, he's obviously the son of the president talking. That's true. But he did suffer because he was not known at the time. But when he was known, he was giving money and he was giving opportunity to study. So he's talking about, you know, his sack, you know, he can say the entire truth. You know, come and talk and they're gonna come and talk to me. The money that he have come from the relation and that was given to him by his father. That's what he does. But it cannot be seen because it's done, you know, unofficially. I'm not talking about, I'm not against him, but I'm telling the truth because that's the truth. You're gonna come on TV and start sucking. Everybody have good and bad. Okay, I'm not here to support this person. I'm not here to support that person. But every single person have good and bad. Every single regime have good and bad. Because today what I'm living, that came from that regime, I can say it's good. Okay, but I have to forgive them and give everything to God to be the judge into this. And what God decides that will happen, it will happen. Trust me. You will do everything you can. You will end up short, like everybody else. It's very simple mathematical literacy that defines a simple understanding. I am here for the progress of every single person. But I'm defining myself. I am protecting myself from this, from all those adjudication that come from nowhere. Adjudicate me, I'm part of this, try to take power and all this stuff. Is that colonization or something? I don't believe in those stuff. I believe that you have the ability, you can go out there and bring real program that can change people's life. Change people's life. Real programs that can change people's life. What gap people are talking about? They push everybody away. I am the manifestation of it. I mean, I was what age I was? I was 30-year old. 30-year old. Raised up small amount of money to survive. Went back home, tried to work with the First Lady organization. What happened? Didn't happen. Tried to contact the president to put in place my proposal and program that I have so I can have opportunity with investors to come and invest back home. What happened? They sack it. So when people are here, they don't understand nothing. I went to the United States Embassy, meet with high official over there to work along with the Cameroonian government, to work with the president, to work with the First Lady company. I put program in place. I wrote letters, programs that I want to run. I want to be run, to create job, to invest money in the right place, to change people's life. What they have done? They destroy my name behind my back. It was shown to me by the Holy Spirit. So what they gonna say? Me, I am the one against the regime? I went back in 2011. I went there, tried to make an appointment with the First Lady. Even with this the director and the other person, I meet him briefly, and then I put my application. It didn't go nowhere. I brought up very good project that can help their organization to even earn more money through my 501c3 and help people. They didn't. They rejected. And today they're gonna say, somebody gonna come on TV and say, the people from you welcome. This is purely politics. I'm not talking just to talk. I experienced it. I went and talked to high rank official. If their government cannot show that example with me, I don't know with whom they're gonna show the example, because I prove it. They didn't help me to build my company, to lose this kind of money that I had in that time. But I went there, spoke to people. The file was very good at the time. The guy told me, "Oh, okay, make sure that this file go to the ambassador." And the ambassador tried to talk to the president, and then it happened to be that this fake thing. I said, I don't come here with fake thing. I'm going to school to earn a degree that I'm going to use to do my own earning. I don't count in money generated by this company. You do transaction, you do trade, you do business with my company. You're gonna save more money. You're gonna raise more money. You're gonna have more assets coming in and work peacefully with the United States government. But what happened? Oh, he's an ambitious young guy. He's looking for power. You know, maybe he have people behind who gonna help him to take over the government. You know, that's what happened. Received the file was sent to the minister who is today in jail, who didn't support me. Today I heard that he was supporting me. He didn't support me. He took my file, he put it in his bench. Never heard from it. Now they start talking about, now start saying now that he's in jail, they start talking about, no, he supported me, he wanted the progress of Cameroon. He didn't want progress. He should have said the truth to the president that this is a young guy who wanted to bring some new ideology to this nation. He have good intention. He's very concise. He's very tenacious, and he's a hardworking guy. He don't think about himself. But he didn't do that. But they're gonna say to me that I'm against the regime. No, no, please don't make people confused. I have made my file at the United States Embassy officially to be sent to different departments in that nation to help working with the Ministry of Health, working with the Ministry of Education, working with the Ministry of Sport and Social Affairs to change people's life, to bring a plus. If you cannot help, you cannot work with somebody like me that have nothing to do with your regime or your family, in what nation you believe we're working on that progress can exist? And then we're going to convince the people here that I'm the bad guy. We want something wrong with your with your government or your regime. I believe that it's probably self-reflect of what you guys have done to me, but I forgive. I mean, listen, I forgive you, man. Only God will judge us. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't want you to feel bad and say tomorrow it doesn't work, say that I'm the one who pray. I didn't pray nothing for you to be, take off of that seat that God gave you. He gave it to you. He will take it back. Trust me. There's always an end of something. So don't come after me. I'm here for the development of a nation, a more prosperous nation, a nation in which we believe that the young folks have an ability to excel and to use the inner interested values to lift the nation out of the poverty line. Creating new program, creating new job that will generate income and balance the budget and lift up people from the poor class to the middle class. Create a middle class once and for all, once and forever in the nation. Close the gap of inflation. Close the deficit gap. Balance well the budget with a rational appropriation of funds from taxes and regulation of all branches within the government, either reduction or increase in programs that will generate more income and will generate values in the long run. Put people back to work. Those are programs that I was talking about. I went to the embassy, spoke to those folks. I called them comedians because they know what they were doing. you know. So you destroying an individual life like this who came to change the life not only for an individual but for the entire nation. And today you're gonna turn up and say he want to do something bad to our regime. I don't have nothing to do with that, man. What I do know is I want the well-being of that nation, and I'm far beyond that thinking. I do my living here accordingly. I do my living accordingly, and I do know as long as I'm alive, success will appear. I'll work hard and I'll get there. It's simple as that. I uh, I have done my best for that agency, to raise, to raise some awareness and awareness for people to learn from it and see it as an example, not as a distraction. You know, I am I am more proud to be how I am. I can have fun at any time. I can drive today to Vegas. I can drive today anywhere and have fun. But when I realize that there's a scope of many other issues that need to be addressed, and I'm worried about more my future, I realize the scope in which I can be. I can have fun. I can have fun every single day. I can lie to you. But I realize that it's time for me to put everything together and not give more opportunity to people to add more story into the story that they already have. I sustain myself, retrieve myself, and think about my next move very, very, very carefully. That's the reason why. People can say isolation. I am very happy about it because it will sustain my privacy. It will sustain my confidentiality. It will propel a message of intimacy and individual assessment, reflection, focus, and revival to a prosperous future. I am more confident in my position. I have done my life. I have dated all beautiful women you can imagine in this earth. I don't worry about that. I worry about a future in which I have derived from my inner self and inner ability that I believe will objectively revised a mission that I have written with the inspiration, with the divine inspiration. I am very well happy. Man, in fact, that's the way I was. Even when I was a kid, I was always very, um, very distant person, kind of very self-reflect, like to stay, think. So it's nothing new. It's just fun for me. It's just fun. That's what makes good leaders. They come out of nowhere. And that's also something I want to say here. I have done my best for that nation. I am still open for any invitation, either from the First Lady of Cameroon or from President Biya. Any invitation, I have done my best. The embassy of the United States Embassy of Cameroon can testify, if they are honest people, if they are not corrupted, that yes, this guy have done his best. There's nowhere in their paper that there's any contract that I want to take over that government. None. It's only simple program and project needing collaboration, good communication and understanding, and start investing. It was simple as that. But they look right, they look left. Where is it coming from? His father is not even present. He's not even present as somebody that we can see in our inner circle. So they let me go. But again, I do not have any problem other than compassion. I wish them the best to finish well. I give everything to God. As He's the one who gave everything, He can take everything back. You are the one to decide what to do with this matter. I don't have no problem other than compassion. But I also believe that maybe you understand that there's somebody greater than ourselves in this, that control this earth. That maybe you make a right decision. I'm just disappointed because I didn't imagine that somebody will come with good ideas end up in a situation like this. Complete and total defamation, naming characters, and professional life. So it's all good. I live here well. I'm having an environment, hostile environment, in which there are many negative energy going on, and people coming after me for a certain reason, and you know, I don't know exactly what it is, but there will be an end of it one day. There will be an end of it one day. You know, the only thing that I'm asking is a simple collaboration and communication. I am a kind of person who have a good heart, who don't think only for himself, but I think for other people. Those are angelic gifts. It have to do with your birth chart. Sometimes the person that you see as your worst enemy is sometimes your best friend, and maybe the person who can save you. And sometimes the person that you see as your best friend is the person who crucify you. The Bible, Judah, and Jesus. The Bible, the life of Jesus is an eternal example of the manifestation of our realistic life. So, rather than seeing me as your enemy, you should see me as somebody that you can work with. Because I'm a person of my word. I keep my word and I mean what I say what I mean. If I say I don't gonna get a penny from you, that's what it is. I stick into my principle as long as I believe it does go along with the will of God. Who have the infinite intelligence and power. My heart is filled of joy and happiness and forgiveness for everything that have been happening to me and done by people. I don't have any anxiety or any anger at all. I am enduring the sufferings, but that is part of life. That will make me more stronger. You know, people can hate me, people can do whatever they gotta do. But they can change the simple principle that they don't own my soul. My agency will be raising $50 billion by the time I leave this earth. Even if it's in 60 years, I will raise $50 billion. And in agreement with the great Yahweh, it will happen. This is not a joke. I don't gonna rob a bank. I don't think that bank even have $50 billion. This is gonna be hard work, and this will come from God. There's something more to come. He have his own way to surprise people. Sometimes you ask people they have achieved certain stuff. After they have achieved it, if they're really honest, they'll tell you, really, I don't know. I did my best, but I don't really know. Ask to every single person who excel in this earth. Because sometimes you do your best, it doesn't happen. So it is well understood that I have no intent to jealous anyone or to go after any person. I am well in where I am with all my package of good and bad. Difficulty come and happy time come. And happy time come, you should enjoy. It is the same time, it is the same thing as you enjoying suffering. Can you enjoy suffering? I don't believe that somebody can enjoy suffering. But in a certain time, enjoying suffering become a very good thing. You can enjoy suffering. Because through suffering, you find your way. You find happiness. And then through suffering, you find your inner ability. Then you can help the world with it. Either people feel that I'm isolated. They don't understand. It makes me more stronger. I love it because that's where I am. It just happened to be that it's very linked to my inner humanistic and spiritual way of living. Characteristic, I want to say. I I have a loving heart. I don't believe that people comprehend me very well, but they don't comprehend me because they don't understand. They don't know the truth yet. In our life, the echelons of knowledge have a pyramid forms. You can decide to stay in the base, or you can decide to lift yourself up to the top. And if you decide to stay in the base, you're always gonna see things in the top like mysticism, because you don't comprehend it. But not comprehending something do not mean that it's wrong. Because in our existential life, we learn every single day. So nobody have the monopoly of the knowledge. Like Socrates have stated to the philosophers who came before him. The only thing I do know is that I do not know nothing. Why does Socrates say such a thing? Because I'm still learning. Even with my intellectual package I have, I still see emptiness. That I'm still in the verge of learning every single day. So if you don't comprehend something, don't mystify it. Try to learn it and analyze it. You'll find the truth. Then you can generate your conclusion. But before that, do not. It is what blocking us sometimes to progress, because we are stagnant, linking ourselves to certain precept and concept that seized us to excel appropriately, and lacking certain vision to propel our ability. I am here. I have a concept that I want to put in place, but people are blocking you. You have the talents that people have, singers, dancers, putting themselves out there, and when they have opportunity, they can show the talents. Sometime when it's not the right time, people will not let you go forward. It's not damnation, it's just not the right time yet. And many of those stars, not all of them succeeded in the first time. They went from one failure to another failure, and when they had the chance, they proved themselves. And they came out more stronger than ever. If they're honest, they'll tell you that. So, the blockage that I have had for my past efforts that I put in place, you know, it was not just the right time, because God can change the spirit of that person refusing you to get forward. He changed that spirit. He cleared it. He can change it. That person who hates you start loving you. You don't understand how it happened. But if he do not do such that way, it's because he know what he's doing. He know the end. He know the end. He know the beginning. So he know what's gonna happen. I don't believe in such a thing. I believe that things are all good. You know? Yeah, I am a single guy who need help. I want to proceed further. Oh my God. The thing is this. You wanted to go further, and then you walking alone in your path. The third voice that I just used is something that I know. It's just ability. I mean, the thing is, I'm not a singer, but it's something that is written that you can use. Every single thing, every single of the 9 program that I have put in there in my I can prove all of it. I can show an example. Sport, I play. Art, I can do. Music, I can do my best. Research, I can do. Population health, I have something to say. Environmental health, I can say something. Spirituality, I can say something. So I don't put stuff that I don't comprehend to any form of education. Now, let's go to kind of funny time now. I have those folks. I'm walking on the street now. Everybody's touching his nose. Gabriel is, Gabriel is sick, gotta go to hospital. Yeah. Maybe you the one who need to go see a mental doctor because you don't comprehend certain stuff. How come somebody is still working? Okay, you can call it walking, a walking dead. Well, define it the way it is. You can define it in your own way. It's not always true. There are many mental patients out there walking on the street. They're wasting all the time judging other people than to self-reflect themselves with all the respect I have for all humankind. But because when people do such thing, sometimes you have to speak because they are addressing directly to you. If I come to somebody and somebody believe that I'm a smelly person, that person is offending me, is attacking me, is coming after me. So if I say something, I don't believe that he have to be offended. I take off myself. And I knew how to do it since I was a lot of kids. When I was 9 years old, I said to my mother, do not wash my clothes anymore. I want you to rest. Let me do that myself. You can do that for other kids, but don't mind. I start washing my clothes, my hand, at the age of 9. Very good. As I'm doing today. I just don't say stuff. I take off myself. Thing that you see today is thing that I started doing since I was young. It didn't happen today. The first real job application I have done when I was in a second grade second grade in high school. For my father, second job. He was hired. My father came one day. He said, I want you to write a job application for me. He knew how to write a job application. I say him, I said, but you have many kids. Why are you choosing me? And plus, I'm not the older one. You have all these, kids. They all went to school. He looked at me and smiled. He said, "You think I don't know that?" I still didn't want to do it because I believed that there were other kids. I came back. I saw the paper still there, and everybody said, the father said that you're the one who had to write it. And when I see him, he said, "Listen, you have a good handwriting, and I have heard that you've been start doing application for job in many places. So, and I wrote it. When I wrote it, he got hired. And because my handwriting was very good, the director of the company wanted to see me. Second grade. We went there, he saw me. And he was very stoned. Like, you write this, that's very good. Good structure, good handwriting in a format paper, straight. Without any rulers. Just a hand. That's the best thing I've ever done. You write a letter to your parent and then he can get a job, and people appreciate that letter that was written. Not only the syntax as well as the handwriting. Thing don't just start just suddenly. There are certain pieces that people are missing, and then if they really go back, they're like, yeah, we start seeing such a thing like that. Maybe we didn't know that it's gonna go this way. I am open, to help a nation. But saying that you're gonna work with the machine to block me and sold me to the machine, why you want to do such a thing? Why not work with me and comprehend and still follow the machine mission? Why sold me to the machine? Why do you have to sold me? You can still work with me and still follow the machine mission. Why do you have to sold me to the machine? The machine work with the God below and the God above. That's what the machine does. It's simple as that. I am very sorry to see how things are going. My mission, I've been very disappointed. Not because of the politics, but the way it became personal. The way it became personal. Because my intention was purely to represent the United States and help a nation. But at the end, they all turned against me for no reason. People talking about he went to the embassy, tried to create a movement to turn the government. Who did that? That's how you're creating negative energy and things start happening, and then you start judging other people. I went to the United States Embassy with a business proposal that was very clear. From 2009, 2011, it was very clear. To assist, help, promote, improve, reinstall, protect the quality of health, social, economical, cultural, of every single person living in that country. I don't understand. I'm open to work with every single person. I'm open to work with the First Lady. I'm open to work with the President at any time. Investors are those that can make things go along. Investors can make things go along. My divine spiritual being is above those of all those secret society stuff. They can use code to create tsunami or earthquake. Everything they can do, destroy people's life from distance. They can do that too. But I'm not part of that kind of doctrines. I use the real one, the more powerful one. You bring those negative energy, my energy coming out more powerful than that. More, even more powerful than ever. Don't even try it. You can poison me. Yeah, it's alright. But I told you at the beginning that I can get it done. I can get it removed. I don't have to, I enjoy suffering. This is the kind of level I reach. You can say I'm mentally retarded. It's alright. And I accept it. I'm not, people call me mentally retarded many times. I understand them, because when you don't comprehend someone, he become a out of your scope of understanding. So at the end, who really have some mental issue? Either it's me, it is me or you. When you really start thinking, well, you know. And comprehension is not always mysticism. It's just lack of knowledge. That's what it is. I don't intend giving up on my mission to continue a mission in which government can be more involved. I'm talking about a non-profit organization be involved in government programs to save more money, invest into that, and then have more investment. That are programs or objective or projects that will help government in the long run. Either in science, either in research, in administration, in finance, in any concept in this life. With proper funding. People are less reluctant to give them money to organization, non-profit organization, because they know that is a ripple effect. It will come back at the end of the year. They get a tax cut, but at least certain programs are getting run by those organizations, employing people, and people are working in a basic salary project and getting a job done. You bring in program like that in nation where people don't even comprehend, they start saying you want to take over power. What's cracking story? You know, the day will come, you don't even gonna see it coming. God always surprise people if that's the way you're thinking. I mean, if that's the way you're fearing something or something. Nobody, I do not have problem with you. You can stay there. If you're immortal, you can stay there for eternity if you want. It's all good. So I'm very happy about the situation I am. I don't. I have my health. I have my life. Um, I'm cool. I look. I look okay. So open to any conversation with anyone who wanted to confront my ideological thinking and approaches, and no more backward thinking or talking. I've done well in my life. I've accomplished good stuff. A 34-year-old with very good accomplishment for 11 years in this country. Not for me, but as a form of progress. That's all. As a form of progress, and I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of work to do to come close, not to an agenda, but come close to an objectivity that I believe will enhance a certain avenue and portal for the progress of the world, changing people's life, enhance a certain vision to work well, to assist those in need, to help nations, government, to balance the deficit, to have more investors, to create awareness, to create awakeness, consciousness. That is the essence of developments. People having less awareness and awakeness away from consciousness, for the subconsciousness, those are deprived nations because they're getting deprived not to think out of the box. Hecklism start building between people, and people with ability are sucked down. Those are kind of world that we're living in. We're going that kind of world, and then we don't know exactly what's gonna be the end. I pray to God every single day that He bless me and give me wisdom, even if I become a billionaire tomorrow, to make good decision. Not to be a power monger or whatever it is. But because the people who are in power today, they were like me yesterday, and today they're acting like they came straight from heaven. And if somebody like me want to say something, no, I come from hell. That's the kind of ideology they wanted to perpetrate in people's mind. So it's not the way we should go. It's not the way we should go, because it was given to you. When you pray, you wanted to have it. Now you have it. You completely think that it belongs to you. Everything, every single uh, life around it belongs to you. Some people even become sometimes crazy. They believe that even God is belong to them now. Honestly, this is true. When I understand the simple principle of philosophy, when the master becomes the slave of a slave, and the slave becomes the master of the master, what do that mean? It means that everybody needs each other. There's no billionaire if the products are not sold. Bill Gates will not be billionaire today if people don't purchase his computers. or Carlos Slim if people don't use cell phones? So at the end, his glory depends on a common person. That's how it functions. But when people start believing that they own everything and nobody have a word to say, a place to stay, a place to breathe, those are becoming egocentric approaches that lead only to to uh, uh, deprivation and bring countries down to level where we see today, poverty. And poverty shadow awareness and weakness sometimes, because people only think about how they're going to survive. So the stage of ingenuity, to be a genius, shadow under that person. He can think about creation. He can have any integrity thinking because he must have the energy to survive. So how to have that energy to survive? He have to eat. He have to think about the next meal next day. They bring the nation down. Those things are interconnected. The ripple effect. Ripple effect. There's no such a thing. It's very real. People look at me and say, oh, he was not even the most intelligent kid in school. Who do you think that he is, Yeah, I'm Gabriel and Daikon. I am renewed, transformed, and transposed. And today, I am somebody determined to change the world. With God intent. With God intent. Again, with Yahweh intent. It's not me. My vision is very clear. I'm not here to remove any government or to go after anyone. It's just running programs that will help people. How is that going to help economically? I'm doing research in high technology, doing research in pharmaceutical sectors, doing research in talent improvement. Those are things that can help multi-level company to generate more income and lift burden in many nations, balance deficit in many nations that will run those programs. Those are stuff that I'm running. I just don't talk the talk. I talk action. I'm running realistic program that will change the nature of evolution on Earth. The kind of technology that I'm talking about don't exist yet. The technology in which we're going to be using the energy of the cosmos, the unseen energy, that can make car move faster than ever and make car drive around the sky. That means you don't have to drive in a pavement. Use the kind of the kind of TV that can be seen in a space. That means you space it yourself and choose your dimension that you want. At any moment, in the link, using the same kind of technology, but within your scope, you use Bluetooth to interface the information and be able to see it. An energy that will allow us to drive from one planet to another, even from one galaxy to another, using the energy of the cosmos. Those are kind of program I am running. The only single thing God is asking you, leaders, billionaires, singers, opportunity. That's what God is asking you. Don't look at me. I might be ugly, folks. You might not like me, but at least like my work. That's exactly what God is visualizing you to see. But because the hecklism is undershadowing your love, you can see the truth. This is not a joke. This is real. Creating a device that will read a human diagnosis from a single spot that I'm calling the body diagnosis. I'm calling it the body med. It will read every single sequence of gene in your body that will identify every single disease that the person have in one single time. Those are kind of technology that I'm working on. It will simplify diagnosis. It will increase the level of thinking. It will increase the life expectancy of people in this earth. Medication, pharmaceutical based on natural medicine that have the real ingredient without any chemical, pure, that will change the world. Cure disease like HIV, cure disease like cancer, using spirituality to work along to save people's life. Those are kind of program I'm working on. Enabling spirituality to understand the supernatural. And God envisionment for this earth and understand how it functions. It does lie within us. That still stand to discover. Will change people's ability to think using the equation of knowledge. That looks simple, but not really simple. Because that internal energy I'm talking about is what I call the internal guide, the infinite intelligence, the inner spirit that is linked to the infinite power of the cosmos. Measurement still left to be defined, which is the essence of all creativity and all thinking in all trend in life. I am going to a different level. These are approaches that will change the world. Those ideologies should not be used without my permission. They are copyright written somewhere. Somebody will be sued for that. I'm letting you know now. You're stealing my ideology without my permission. You're going to have to face the justice for that. Those are God work. It will go through me because He's the one who designed it. You want to do yours? Well, maybe you have to go to the same suffering I went. If you can recover from it, Maybe you can get there. There are many people who have done before me. So I believe you can do that too. There's many more. Every single cure exists on earth and within our body. It's just not discovered yet. Remember this. Problems are undiscovered solutions, and those come in time. Problems are undiscovered solution in time. What we don't know today, it will be known tomorrow. What we don't know tomorrow will be known after tomorrow. And what is not known after tomorrow will be known after tomorrow. The infinite time, the infinite intelligence lie within us. So my agency is not a scam. It's just gone to a different kind of level. My technology I'm talking about is more than 100 years ahead. But it can be done if people are working hard. People can work along with me. It can be done. People are talking about cloning human being. You're going to clone a human being. He will not be a perfect human being. That human being will not have a spirit on it. He will not have the characteristic that we do. Because our science have not discovered yet the trick between the gene associated with our inner spirit. Because during the time of your conceptions, the spirit is sent, and that spirit grows along with you. But that spirit is dimensionally can be changed at any time. The dimension of the spirit can be changed from dimension 5 to dimension 7 to dimension 1000. Can expand. The body cannot. So the spirit can take that the form from the time of conceptions and grow with that body. The body become like the guide to dimension the spirit within it and make it fit. But there's not science yet that can create that connectivity that is related to the gene. It might be part of our characteristic, but that clone will not be completely as a perfect human being. He will lack the essence of life. He might be living, but there will be something missing. There will be something missing. What God have created are perfect. Let me tell you why. I'm not just saying that because you read the Bible or all this stuff. No. Comprehend it. It is perfect because he have the maximum knowledge. Therefore, because we only have partial of his knowledge, we cannot create a human being. We will not create a human being. We will never create a human being. It is God's work. What we will do will be close, but it will not be complete. because that's the limit. That's the perfect creation. That's the limit. It means that the maximum of knowledge. Technology, yes, because the technology that they have is not the same as we have here. So that technology means that can still come to inspiration, to divine instruction, to our inner spirit, because that's where it comes. When you think big, when that knowledge comes to you, it's something that is within your inner spirit that communicate with the infinite intelligence that guides you. Sometimes you don't know that, but that's the way it works. And choose you specifically based on the interested value that you have given and effort you have given to it, and make it happen. That's what it is. It's simple as that. People to fear me, you don't have to fear me. I'm a cool guy. Maybe I just know too much, but it's all right. People have to be educated. And comprehension is not mysticism. It's just a matter of understanding. I have had many letters from many partners, female partners. I love to work with female, just for work. I believe that they are double X chromosomes, so it just creates a different kind of humankind. Us male are distinguished with female with the Y chromosomes. The double X chromosomes are more linked to integrated thinking. They have more better apprehension to think. So I work with female for that. So I receive many people who wanna to work with me, but they're still skeptical because of the defamation that happened. Want to know more about the agency and stuff, and some member of the government is influencing them to do that. I'm talking about high, wealthy, successful women out there and stuff. So that's what's happening at this point. But they are willing to do that, and I believe they will. Because I don't have nothing to fear. It's the old story. Okay, what else they're gonna add to the story? All right. I know I don't have no fear. I don't have nothing I do that is wrong. Not even close to that. But what I do is working my psyche and medium who are recognized doing their work to help the divine being to wake people of the essence of creativity, of creation. If that's against the law, well, you're probably violating the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So those females that are there, many of them I don't know, so they are willing to invest into the company, and then what I'm saying here will be 4/5 of the money will go to run the programs, and pretty much the rest will be to pay people who are going to be working for it in terms of salaries. No paying hours, salaries. You want to work for God, the word of God, you have to give. You have to sacrifice your time and willingness to do that. All right. You don't want to think that they're gonna build up, preserve something good for you before the return year and stuff like that, and believe that they're gonna do it for free. You have to give in order for you to receive, as well as when you believe, you received. I believe, so I should receive. I believe, so I should receive, and I believe, so I should receive. It shall be done. I do comprehend the issue that are facing people to be anxious about me because of what they have done to me. People reading the oracle too, that is God way. You help the person to help himself and move forward. I am willing to work with the government of Cameroon like I have intended before. Willing to work with the government of the United States like I have intended before. My file are still out there. They go and read it and see if there was something saying something like we're gonna be doing a certain coup or something like that. There's not something written like that in those books, in those papers. You know, it's only business to improve the quality of life in those nations. So I don't comprehend and I don't know exactly what those people are meaning when they're talking about those kind of stuff. For me, it's just fun. You know, it's fun. You know, so really not problems. It's just good. It's all cool. I believe that every single person in this life have a talent and ability. You know, some people use the beauty. You know, some people they use the intellectual value. Some people use both. Some people use the physical ability. Some people use the sexual ability. It's just different kind of way to to excel in life, and they are all welcome. You know, I don't discriminate against anyone as long as you behave yourself, and then you understand that there's somebody above that is powerful than everybody else. Right, and then I will respect any woman that will come. They don't have to worry about that. The story that they heard from me is completely fairy tale, and even though it's past, now we have to move forward. All right. People used to drive horses a long time ago. Now people are driving cars. Okay. The past is history. That's why it's called PAST, past. Okay, and tomorrow is called future, FUTURE, future. It means the day after. So people have to stop try to mix up people understanding of those two concepts. Like they can bring back the past. You can bring back the past. Go upstairs and change the movement of rotation of Earth and see if you can do it. If you cannot, just let it go, brother or sister. Earth, all the other planet, we're still gonna be doing their own movement of rotation within themselves and revolution within wherever within around the sun, within the solar galaxy or the specific galaxy they're in. You can change it. Those are the perfect creation of God. So, with all the blessing of the great Yahweh and His name Jesus Christ, and God, the God who created every single thing here, with the blessing of His hierarchy that were generated from the cosmic power. This is the work of blessing with encouragement and prayer that this will work. Everyone is welcome, male as female, lady as gentle, gay as straight, are welcome to work with me. I work as a contractor and I do my living. I work as a contractor and I do my living. I'm asking to everyone, all the presidents, all the leaders, all the star out there, use your money for the well-being of God. This is the work of God. I've been shown a lot of things. I don't assume stuff. My work. You put 1 cent in my work, you will receive a lot of blessing from above. But with my way of working, even 300 years from today, this work will excel. People will be talking about this even year after I leave this planet. It will be a work that will be done. So without further ado, I want to thank you all, my dear fellow, to your patience and understanding, with all the respect. Therefore, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, muchacho, and la mañana, adios, amigos, and may God bless you all.